Well, it doesn't look like water will be restored in parts of eThekwini anytime soon. Even Water and Sanitation Minister Dasen Thathiah can't say when taps will actually run again. He's given a deadline, though, to the leadership of eNCA Water. Our senior reporter Dasen Thathiah is following the story for us. He joins us now live for an update. So we understand that the minister has made a commitment to residents of eThekwini. What's he saying, Dasen?
Well, Shahan, so it was quite an informative visit and a tour of the Durban Waterworks today. That's where the minister was, as well as his delegation, and that's where that commitment was made. The latest information now is that the minister has received a commitment from eNCA Water saying that by midnight on Tuesday, or effectively Wednesday next week, the repair that they are talking about will be complete. But there's still the process of the water pressure having to, return to normal before the supply eventually returns to normal. That's why we've been having that water pump failure is the reason why we've been having some of these water shortages, and water has been given to the eThekwini municipality on a rotational basis up until this point. So it's important to understand how we got here, Shahan. And that's because that there's an aqueduct that had been decommissioned currently so that repair work can be undertaken. This shaft pump was a backup unit that was meant to be used in the interim, and that failed. So that's all fine and well, and that's what we've been told by eNCA Water over the past few weeks anyway. So today we had the opportunity to ask the eNCA Water Board, did it fail because of a lack of maintenance? And they admitted that the maintenance was substandard, and that's why we are in this position. They are giving us the commitment as well that it's a new board, a new management, and they are going to ensure that things are done properly. The minister was also not taking that lightly. He said that heads will roll if that is not in fact done. Shahan, let's listen to what Dasen Thathiah had to say, and hopefully we can re-establish this connection. I seem to have lost you.
Now, we want to count days. I'm going to give the chair of the board or the acting CEO of the board just a few moments to tell us exactly how many days it is going to take us to return the operation to normality, and therefore the supply of water to the residents and businesses return that to normality. Now, we want to be held responsible in terms of those days. And should we not be able to do that, some heads will fall.
All right, Dasen is following that story for us, but the minister also spoke about how they're planning to deal with water infrastructure. Take a listen.
It's not a crisis of shortage of water in the dams around eThekwini or in the rivers around eThekwini, which I'm saying we are dealing with by augmenting water via Mkomazi Dam, and that is a steady process that is coming. But here I'm talking about available water and available capacity to supply, which has then been disrupted by lack of proper maintenance and operation, or operation and maintenance, round the clock, 24/7, throughout the year, throughout all the periods, so that people don't suffer any shortage of water. What is happening at eThekwini is that because of the non-functionality of one of the pumps, water flow into the residents is very, very slow.
Dasen, we lost you for a moment, hoping I can get back to you now. Let's talk about what residents have been saying, whether they buy what the minister is promising them.
Well, residents have been frustrated up until this point, Shahan. They are hoping that come next week that this will in fact be what they've been waiting for, that water will return to normal. Remember, this is a mammoth repair, as I mentioned. We had the opportunity as well, Shahan, to go down about 170 meters to see that site. So I can tell you that there is a lot of work being conducted. But I think, to be quite honest, residents at this point really don't care about the complexities of that repair. They just want to ensure that when they open their taps, they get the water that they are paying rainfall. This has not been the case because they've been on a schedule, as you know, where some areas have been cut off and others have received that water. So right now, they are just waiting for next week to see when that supply will return to normal.
All right, we'll leave it right there with senior reporter Dasen Thathiah.